Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our event tonight. We call it a few things, our Becoming Angels of Change event, and also Part-Time Fortune. What we have here, we've got people from all over the place. So I'm Henrietta. I'm coming from a little town of 4,000 people in New Zealand called Kaikohe. We've got some people here sharing from New South Wales, from Melbourne and Tasmania tonight. And our event is, we do it weekly. We're really, really excited about it. Now, just quickly for me, I started this journey almost 18 months ago. And it's just been an incredible time for our family. I might share a little bit about it later on. But basically what we're doing here is we're really excited about creating what we call a part-time fortune. I shared a post on Facebook today about how we get so accustomed to a job and forget that there are so many opportunities out there that can really help and transform our families. And my story began where I actually had on my vision board that I wanted to create what I had learnt about a few years back, and it was called a residual income. Now, I know you can get residual income from property, especially if you're investing and you're renting out. And we weren't in a position to, so I'm a homeschooling mum of 5 children, and we've always had one income because family is a big value to us. It's one of our highest values. So I wanted to be at home and homeschool my children. I did look for things to do online. So I'm a certified raw foods nutrition specialist. So I was creating programs, but I just found it was time consuming and I didn't really enjoy the creating part. And so I did a few things online, and then this came along, and 18 months I'm still doing it, and I just love it. I have this passion for inspiring healthy living, and all the girls do here tonight, they're going to be sharing how they do the same thing. We're going to be hearing some really cool stories. And without further ado, I'm going to pass the time over to Edith, who is going to share a little bit about what we're really excited about. So, hey, Edith.
Hi, thanks, Henrietta. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm actually going to just get straight into the product because there's quite a bit to cover. We basically start with our fruit, vegetables, and berries. Now, there's actually, if you're into studies, there's actually a lot of studies on Juice Plus that have been put together. So if you're interested in the study side of it, just reach out to the person who guided you tonight, and they can actually send you some videos, and I'll actually explain a lot more about the studies that's been done on them all. So that's that one part of it. Our fruit, vegetable, and berry capsule have over 27 fruits, veggies, and berries in them. They're a whole food nutrition. They've actually been allowed to ripen, and they're picked at their peak of ripeness. So all the nutrient value actually develops at these later stages of the growing. So then the vegetables are actually, fruit and vegetables are actually frozen to preserve the freshness. They're juiced and dried at a low temperature, and then concentrated into powders. And these are actually what the berries look like. So we actually have our fruit. Oops, they're a bit slippery. We've got our little fruit and veggies and our berries. So they're like our little magic rainbow, we like to call them. So yep, and that's what that's actually our fruit, veggies, and there's actually a couple of really amazing ingredients in them, which looking at them the other day, I was looking at some of these ingredients, and there's one in there, and it's elderberry. And elderberry, looking it up, it's one of the top, it is the top antiviral herb. So it's actually good for controlling influenza, which would actually explain why I haven't been had a cold all winter. The first winter I've been on this, and haven't had one cold this winter, so that's really great. Another product in it is pomegranate. And pomegranate is actually one of the most healthiest fruits in the world. So that's actually quite amazing. It's actually an anti-inflammatory, which is really great. Some of the benefits from the three of these that people are telling me and other people have been having are that they've been getting more energy, less fatigue, less pain, less sugar cravings, which was a big one for me, weight loss, skin feels better, hair and nails are growing longer and healthier. So they're great benefits. Then we actually have our shakes. We've got our shakes, and they're a whole food nutrition. So these are great because you can actually like pop them into your smoothie in the morning. If you have a smoothie in the morning or in the afternoon, pop them into your smoothies just to bulk them up a little bit. Or you can have them by themselves with almond milk or coconut milk, coconut water. So they're really, really, really delicious. You can even add them to our, they're actually even in our recipes, which are in our program, and I'll explain it a little bit. But some of them, we've got some amazing ingredients in these shakes. We've got ancient grains, chickpeas, mushroom and millard, spirulina. Now, spirulina is actually one of the most nutrient-dense foods in the world. So these little things, these little shakes come in vanilla and Dutch chocolate. Dutch chocolate is our favourite at home, so all the girls love these. Yeah, my girls love them, and it's really just great to know that, you know, we've got superfoods in a shake, which is really amazing. Our next product I just wanted to talk to you about is our omegas. The omegas are a plant-based vegetarian omega. So instead of using the fish, Juice Plus have passed the fish and gone straight to the food source of the fish. So which is the omega, which is the algae. So they actually goes straight to the algae, and that's what the omega is made of. Now these are the little omegas. That's what they come in. And the great part about them is no fishy taste, no fishy aftertaste or anything like that, which is great. Now, some of the benefits that people have been experiencing with these that I've found is joint pain. It relieves joint pain, neck pain, shoulder pain. People are experiencing much softer, smoother skin. Hormones are leveling out, so less mood swings, hot flushes, night sweats, all the hormonal menopausal symptoms are relieved with these, which is fantastic. I've even heard some people are experiencing sunspots diminishing, which is great. I feel like people get them on the back of their hands as they get a bit older. Eczema, dermatitis, brain fog, just to name a few. That's just a few of the benefits that people are having. Moving on, we've got the chews. Now, the chews are actually designed for our children, which are fantastic. But if you're an adult that doesn't really like to eat, swallow capsules, then the chews chews come in an adult form as well. So you can actually have them in the chews instead of the capsules. These are great because I just find that for my kids, these are bridging the gap between what they eat, what they should eat, and what they actually eat. As a mum, I find it really difficult to get the variety of foods into my children every single day. We do eat healthy, but every single day to get this amount of variety is incredible. So, and it's great for fussy eaters. If you've got those kids at home that go, I don't like broccoli and I don't like cabbage, and these are fantastic because you know what? These actually you know, these get those foods into them. But one of the great benefits I've found from these with my kids is that they are actually, their taste buds are switching. So they're actually craving, they're craving less sugar and craving more fruits and vegetables, which is fantastic. I'm just like, that's a big plus for me with these. And another big bonus part of these is that our company has a huge heart. So for every adult who is actually on the capsules, they get these for free. So they get one child in their family can go on these for free, which is absolutely awesome. Like, how amazing is that? So, you know, so that's a great bonus. Now, also part of is we don't just have our products, we actually have a whole program. So our program is called the JBT program. It's the Juicy Body Transformation. So this program actually sets us aside from any other Juice Plus team, and it's actually contributing to us being one of the fastest growing teams in the world. So that's absolutely amazing. We're so lucky to actually have this. We have professionals in our team creating programs. We've actually got recipe books. We've got loads of recipe books which have been put together by Kira Westwick, who was one of the top 10 finalists in MasterChef a few years ago. So we're so lucky to have Kira putting these amazing cookbooks together for us. All the recipes in them are they're so simple. There's only like a few ingredients, delicious, healthy, and they're great for the whole family. The whole family will love these. There's no calorie counting. There's no deprivation. It's just good, wholesome food. So these are great. And besides, we've got these two, but we've got a Christmas one, which is fantastic. So all your Christmas recipes and Mother's Day, Father's Day, and Easter. So we kind of cover all the seasons, all the big events in the year, which is really fantastic. Part of the JBT also, we have there's loads of stuff. It's all Facebook page based, so you can go in and you can get meal plans, you can get detoxes. We even have an 8-week shred. Now this 8-week shred has been amazing. We do it twice a year, so we've just finished October one. It only finished this week, and we'll do another one in February next year. So twice a year. The one that's just finished, the results are incredible. Like, some of these results that people are having, anywhere between a few kilos. If you've got those few kilos that you just can't drop, you just like, oh, I just want to drop that last 5 kilos and I just haven't ever been able to. This is the program for it. So drop that last few kilos up to people are losing like 20 plus kilos. So it's just amazing. Like, you know, it's not just, you know, the products are fantastic, but the program plus the products are just brilliant. Like, you know, you've got a whole support system behind you. It's not just take the product and that's it. You've actually got the whole program that backs you up with it, and you've got lots of nutritional support and to set you on your journey and be with you throughout your journey, which is fantastic. So that's about all of it from me. What I was just going to say is, last thing is, if you do have any more questions that I may have not covered tonight, and you think you've got a few more questions you might want to ask, just ask the person that sent you tonight, and they'll be able to answer your questions for you. So that's it for me tonight. Thanks for listening to me. And I think I know, actually, I'm passing over to Linda. She's going to tell you her story. Thanks.
Thanks, Edith. Hi, everybody. I'm Linda, and I'm talking to you from Melbourne. Now, I've only got 2 or 3 minutes, but I could spend 20 minutes talking about this. But just very briefly, I finished my full-time JOB job about 4 years ago after I had a massive work stress-induced panic attack and ended up with depression and anxiety, which hung around for the next 2 years, left me fairly incapacitated. I wasn't even able to leave the house to go into the backyard tank or washing out just to go to the clothesline. So when this product was introduced to me just over 12 months ago now, I think it was about October last year when I was first introduced to the product, I was obviously looking for something to improve my health. I was starting to get out of the depression, was starting to leave me, but I still had some anxiety. I certainly had some mobility issues because I also have issues with osteoarthritis in my body. And things like that. So I have a lot of inflammation. And I just was sick of it. I just wanted to feel better. I wanted to be mobile again, and I wanted to feel better. I was still consumed with brain fog, and my memory was still not back. I still couldn't retain things. I had no energy. So I thought this was worthwhile. From what I was told, it made sense. But I was just a bit skeptical because I thought, well, it's fruit and vegetables. I already eat fairly healthy. I've been interested in nutrition and wellness for 40 years since my first child was diagnosed with hyperactivity disorder, as it was called then, which we treated with diet because there was no medication for it. And that's what started my wellness journey. But I thought, well, it makes sense. I'll give it a try. And within a couple of weeks, I started to notice my energy levels rising significantly, and my mood was certainly much more positive. I really was starting to feel better. And to keep within my allotted time limit, I have found that my anxiety has gone, the brain fog has gone, my memory's coming back, my energy levels are fantastic now. They're back to what they used to be. The inflammation from the osteoarthritis is hugely reduced, which means that I am no longer using the walking stick that I had to use at the beginning of the year. It's been sitting folded up in the bedroom now for probably 8 months. I haven't used it. Sugar cravings have gone. I am eating even more healthily. My body is craving the plant-based foods because, of course, the whole of the Juice Plus program is plant-based. There's no dairy, there's no meat product in it. It's all plant-based. So energy, sugar levels, anxiety, the inflammation is reduced, and I've got the mobility back. And because I take because of the products that I take, I get the chewable version free, as Edith was telling you, and I get that for my granddaughter who's 4 years old. And she has, ever since she was a little tot, suffered with recurring bouts of tonsillitis. And I used to despair that every time she was taken to the doctor, it seemed like every few months she'd go to the doctor and she was on antibiotics again. Well, I started taking the chewable version over to her. So she's been getting them all this year. And she, to my knowledge, has not had tonsillitis at all this year. Even though she's in daycare, she hasn't had tonsillitis. As far as I know, she might have had antibiotics once from something that she picked up at daycare. So I am absolutely over the moon about that. And she very proudly tells me that I eat all my vegetables now, Nanny. I like salad, which means that she eats her lettuce. So that's just amazing. I'm just so pleased with that. And I think her parents are too. So she's a lot healthier and a lot happier. And so is Nanny. Okay, so that's my brief testimonial. If you want to know more, reach out to me if you're watching or somebody that I've invited to watch the show, or reach out to the person who called you and sent you this link. And I am now passing over to Amanda.
Thanks, Linda. Hi, everybody. My name's Mandy. I live on the far south coast of New South Wales, and I'm a mother of 10. I've been a stay-at-home mum for the last 25 years. My journey began about 16 months ago. I had just had a period of about 4 years recovering from losing a kidney due to chronic kidney stone disease. And my body, it was literally a mess. I've been a urinary tract infection magnet for the last, forever. It's been a long time. And I've had regular periods where I was constantly on antibiotics due to the way my body was. So 16 months ago, I was introduced to the products that you've been told about tonight. Our Juice Plus, we call them juicy beans here in our home because they're just like our little magic beans. I began taking those as a way of wanting to improve my own health. And I was absolutely blown away because within a couple of weeks of taking the product, I found that my energy levels were increasing. And this is after a period of having no energy, being constantly lethargic and needing to have nano naps. So to have that energy back, to be able to look after my family again was awesome. But the greatest thing was about 5 months into being on the product, I discovered that I was no longer having urinary tract infections, which has been the case now since I started. Sorry, excuse me. It's been a real blessing to know that I've been well, and my family all enjoy taking the products. Actually, I have to hide our complete powders away from the kids, otherwise they would have them all gone. So for my family, the benefits have been great. My daughter no longer has 3-day migraines that knock her out for 3 days every month. My husband, he's a teacher. He's got so much more energy to be able to keep up with the kids at school and actually outdo the kids at school. My kids are enjoying the cravings of more fruits and vegetables in their lives. So we've had so many benefits coming to our lives through this product, and we just recommend it to everybody as we love it. So that's my little story tonight, and I'm going to be handing over the time now to Leona, who's going to share a little bit with you also. So I'll hand over to you, Leona.
Thank you. Hi everyone, my name's Leona, and there's 8 of us in our family, so 6 kids, and we've been on the product now for 16 months, I think. And the cool thing about this, you've heard about the products tonight, what they can do, and you heard some really cool stories. But the other part that we want to share with you tonight is that there's this amazing business involved with Juice Plus as well. And so I've been doing this business now for 15 months. So a month in, after feeling amazing on the products and wanting everybody to know about how cool you can feel, I decided to join the business as well. And a couple of the things that we like to talk about on these events are 2 myths that we like to dispel. And one is that this is a pyramid scheme. And so my job tonight is to reassure you that it's not. And I've got my pyramid here. Ironically, traditional business is more like a pyramid than this is. And so if I think about my own experience in my, before I started having children when I was working, my first job out of school was for a international freight forwarding company. And so at the top of that company, we had a CEO. His name was Greg somebody, I can't remember. But I came in right at the bottom. So I was fresh out of school. I was what they called the runner. And so what I did was handle documents all day. And I've got my little white zippy car, company car with a phone. And I just, drove from company to company collecting documents for importing and exporting goods. I did that all day. I did that for about a year. And I drove in the CBD Melbourne. So, what that's like. Anyway, and then after about a year, I was offered a promotion and I came in and started doing importing some air freight into the country. And that was pretty cool. Anyway, within this organisation, once I got into the office and I wasn't the lackey anymore, there were lots of levels, you know, above me. We had a sales team, we had other managers, even under the CEO. And these people here that made a lot more money than me and they had higher level, you know, positions than I did, were, you know, they had been educated at school. They had degrees and diplomas. They had experience. A lot of the people in the staff were much older than me. I was the baby. And so for me to be able to hope to get up here would have taken so many years. It's possible, but I'd probably still have to be there now to even be maybe mid-level. It was also, I'm not sure what it's like today, but when I first started, it was a very male-dominated industry. So I didn't actually know of any female CEOs. They were all men. But to get up to the top, my chances of getting there were very, very, very tiny, very slight. Now, the cool thing about what we do is that we either like to look at it as a square, or I'm just going to use this and go upside down triangle, is that when you first come in to Juice Plus, we all come in at the same level. We come in as our own franchisee, and we call it a virtual franchisee. And then as we make our way up to the top, there's this unlimited base there. And it's not one of those things where you have to have a degree, a diploma, you have to go to uni, have training, you have to have years and years of experience. This is something that anybody can do. And we go up through the levels. And then at the top, we have our top position, which is called NMD, which stands for National Marketing Director. And we can have as many National Marketing Directors as we want to up there. It's pretty much unlimited. So this is a career that's uncapped. So you can decide where you'd like to be. If you're happy sitting around here, then that's fine. If you want to go all the way to the top and you want to do it as fast as you can, then that's awesome. If you just want to take your time and do it slowly, that's great too. So you get to choose your own hours. You get to work with amazing people. So many of the women on this call tonight I didn't know beforehand, but we're all part of a team and we all help each other. And the other cool thing is, in order to get to the top in this organisation, you've got to link arms with others and go up there together. You can't just step on people's heads and compete to get up there. It doesn't work like that. So it's not a pyramid scheme. It's so much better. The other thing that sometimes people are hesitant about with a business like this is that they have to know lots and lots of people. And that can be really scary, you know, because you feel like maybe you've got to go out and make all these friends, or you've got to become really social if you're an introvert, or got to talk to strangers, you've got to make phone calls. So that's the other myth that we also like to put to rest, because you can do that. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But if you don't want to do that, then, you know, this business can work just by sharing it with a handful of friends. And so when I came into this business, I'll put as me there, a friend of mine called Heather introduced me to it. And once I tried the products, like I said, I loved it and I decided to get on board because I found out I could get my products cheaper. And then I started sharing it with everybody. And so some of my team, Debbie's on this call tonight, she'll be sharing next, I think. She joined the business too because she had some amazing results herself, and her sister Edith, sorry I'm running out of space, who you just heard from, joined the business with Debbie. And I have other teamies. I'm not sure if Andrew's on tonight. Linda, you've heard from with her testimonial, and I have some others, and these guys have team. And so it just expands out like this. And Henrietta's hosting tonight. Put her up there, and she's got lots of team. Mandy's one of them who you've just heard from. So this is what we call the popcorn effect. And so just by introducing the business to just some people here, it grows and grows and grows. And, you know, Debbie's on tonight. She has her own customers. Edith has just spoken. She's shared products. She's got her own customers. I don't know who these people are. I don't need to know. I just shared the business with a handful of people, and they're doing the same thing. And that's how my business grows. And then I have my mentor, and her business is growing because of what my team's doing. So this is the way that we're all linked together, and the way that the business can expand and grow just by sharing it with, you know, your family, your friends, people that you really feel like this could help. And that's what we call popcorn effect. So that's my part for tonight, and I'm handing it to Debbie. Is that right? Yeah, cool. Thanks, Debbie.
Thanks, Leona. Hi, I'm Debbie. I'm a mum of three from Tasmania. I'm here tonight because Leona, that just spoke just now, she invited me to watch one of these events. And that was back in February. My life was very different then. I was actually searching for something to make me feel better. So a few years ago, just tell my story really quickly. A few years ago, I was diagnosed with 2 autoimmune diseases, lupus and Sjogren's. So I was pretty much riddled in pain everywhere. I felt like I was about 100. I had no energy. I was pretty much a zombie mum during the day. I was really depressed. I had a lot of ulcers in my mouth constantly, and I was just so damn tired all the time. So I was searching for something to make me feel better, because I had been to specialists and doctors, and they really, all they could offer me was steroids for the pain. And I really didn't want to go down that path, because that's the path my mother took, and she isn't well at all now, by following doctor's advice her whole life. So I really didn't want to go that way. So I wanted to go the natural way. So I flew to Melbourne and I checked in with some Meridian therapists and naturopaths. I changed my diet. I was drinking beetroot soup. I was doing all sorts of stuff, but nothing was really working for my body. It was just, it just wasn't working. So then I seen a post on Facebook one day, and I looked into the product, and it made some sense to me. I thought, well, if it's just fruits and veggies, it's not going to hurt me. I might as well give it a go and try it. So I ordered some through Leona, and within a few days, probably about a week or 2, I started getting an increase in energy. And that's when my husband started pinching some of my capsules too. And then took about 3 months, and in 3 months my life was completely different. So now I live pain-free, no more pain. Even after taekwondo last night, I can do two classes of taekwondo, which is about 3 hours, and it's awesome because I got no pain today. I feel younger and fitter and happier and healthier. And I just want to share that with you, my family, my friends. And look, we're just ordinary mums that have found a solution to better health and happiness. And I'm here tonight just to share this opportunity with you. So I'll tell you a little bit about how I've started. So I started as a customer in February, and I joined the business a few months later because I really wanted to trial the products and make sure they completely worked for me. So I went off every other pain medication, everything I was on, and trialed these products for a few months. And 3 months in, I was feeling awesome. So what happened was my friends and family started seeing my results, and they wanted to jump on board. So, you know, it's pretty much just sharing your story. They've tried it. I've got a lot of customers who are family and friends now. Then I posted my story on social media. So it was a pretty big thing for me to do that. But now from doing that, now I have customers that I don't even know. I've got customers in America and all over Australia. And I guess what's really cool is that all my customers are now getting these incredible results too. And they're going to join my team. I've got a few joining my team actually. One's just called me today and she wants to join my team. So I'm really excited about that. And, you know, all they'll do is the same as me. You just tell their story and help their friends and family feel better and maybe earn a bit of income too. So it's just pretty cool that we're creating this awesome team of like-minded women and men that are so caring and supportive. You know, we're just there for each other. And really, if you follow the steps, you just can't fail. So thanks for listening. And I'll pass it back to Henrietta now.
Thanks everyone for sharing tonight. We never tire of hearing these stories. And if this is something that would interest you, where you would love to maybe consider just changing up your health, You've heard the stories tonight. Everybody's different. We don't say this will change your life because we don't know. But all we do is we share stories, and that's exactly how we do this business too. We share our stories. So if these stories are something that resonates with you and you're keen to start inspiring healthy living as well, to make an income from home doing so, then please reach out to the person that invited you to watch this recording, and we certainly hope to see more of you. So thanks everyone for sharing tonight, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.